we were talking about Devendra Fadnavis.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get some more views on what works for Devendra Fadnavis. It was a surprise for many people outside of Maharashtra when he was chosen in 2014.
Yes, because when Devendra Fadnavis became chief minister at the young age of 44, I mean, until then Maharashtra BJP was shadowed by stalwarts like Gopinath Munde, who unfortunately died in few months before that, or Nitin Gadkari. He had to go to Delhi as a union minister. So Devendra Fadnavis for outside people came from nowhere. Again, there was a thing in Maharashtra BJP was most of the BJP leaders from Vidarbha, they were staunch Vidarbhavadi, or I mean demanding for separate Vidarbha. So many were not even seen as a pan Maharashtra leader. So Devendra Fadnavis was one of them. So within 5 years now, Devendra Fadnavis has become like a pan Maharashtra leader because he has given electoral victory to BJP almost every part of Maharashtra, whether there are 8 out of 10 municipalities, whether it is Gram Panchayats or whether it is Nagar Palikas. What has worked for him is like he has been seen as working for the all people in Maharashtra. Remember, even people like Sharad Pawar or other leaders in Maharashtra were always seen from a regional dynamism. I mean, whether the chief minister is from Western Maharashtra or Marathwada or Vidarbha. So surprisingly, Devendra Fadnavis has been seen by everyone as their chief minister. He's not been seen as a Vidarbhavadi anymore. Second is very strong urban face, because even most of the chief minister of Maharashtra used to live in cities, but their politics was dominated by rural institutions, whether it is cooperative banks or sugar factories. In a way, Devendra Fadnavis is the first chief minister, maybe after I think Antule, if I'm not wrong, or Manoj Joshi, who is not directly associated with a sugar factory or a real estate group or a bank, and so he has kept himself away from all these big interest groups. So that has also worked in his favor, and lot of out-of-box thinking, whether it is emphasis on metro projects or other infrastructural projects, whether it is Jalayukta Shivar, because the irrigation schemes were stuck, and so he tried to find a way out.
Is that working?
I just feel, if from what my activist network friends in the regions which are drought hit, if I hear from them, I think the Jalyut Shivar, I think the jury's still out there on whether it has really delivered.
It started by Prithviraj Chauhan.
And also, let me tell you, I think it also works that, you will notice that he's seen immediately, like that not only the names rhyme, Devendra and Narendra, but he's always seen as someone who has directly the ears of the Prime Minister.
Who has their backing, actually.
That is exactly what has worked in his favor. And I feel there's also this nature of Devendra Fadnavis that whenever he wants to disagree with somebody, or he's not able to give in to somebody's demand for something, he does not directly say no. You end up meeting him and you feel like your problem is solved, and then you go back and then you realize, oh, but it's not really. So if you look at the Maratha reservation, if you look at what he did with the Dhangars or all other such contentious issues, what he has done is he's sort of set in motion some dynamics in a way that it looks like something is happening there. So when the largest, if you see how this was handled when the poor tribals walked down to Mumbai, you saw how that was handled. And what did they get? You've seen some of those calloused feet, some of those absolutely in rags, people emaciated walking down. And when lakhs of people coming down, it would have been
control.
Yeah, it would have been like a national outrage to see something like this. But then see how that was managed. So that I think is his strong point, and how he's able to.
He openly won't antagonize any group. But when we talk about Devendra Fadnavis and being Brahmin and Chief Minister of Maharashtra, one thing we need to understand is that this is BJP's strategy. BJP, whichever state they are ruling, it won't allow leader from a dominant community to lead the state. Haryana, for example, I mean, you have Shivraj Singh Chauhan, you could see that. Chhattisgarh was the same case. Maharashtra also. Why? I mean, had the BJP selected something like someone from the Maratha community, it would have got into the same trap, the caste politics and the dominant role of a particular community. So it is as a strategy. They will have two options. Someone from the traditional BJP base like Brahmins and all that, and the second one, which was again carved out in Maharashtra, the combination, it's called Madhav. So when Congress was looking at minorities and other social groups, BJP strategist, his name is Vasantarao Bhagwat. He is from the RSS and he was linked to the BJP as an organizational secretary, one of the key persons in BJP's think tank, you know. And he thought of bringing in OBCs into the fold. And what is the combination called Madhav? What that Madhav means? Madhav means Mali, Dhangar and Vanzari. So, and see that it's not only pertaining only to Maharashtra. You have Narendra Modi, you have Kalyan Singh, you have Uma Bharati, you have Gopinath Munde. Everyone is from the OBC community. So it's a BJP strategy to have these kind of communities, because if you look at Maharashtra again or any other state, the dominant community is something around 32-33%, right? So if you put OBCs against them, they come to the same number.
In Karnataka also they got Yediyurappa
That's
back,
exactly.
in spite of all the terrible things they themselves said on the stage about him.
But I would like to have a comparison between Devendra Fadnavis and Prithviraj Chavan, and maybe Girish can also throw light because he has known both chief minister very well. I mean, Prithviraj Chavan also very well educated, very sincere, non-corrupt and working very hard. But like Yogesh said, Devendra Fadnavis always had the ears of Prime Minister Modi.
That's true.
And look at the tenure of Prithviraj Chavan. He was hamstrung by NCP and he was hamstrung by this Rahul versus Sonia politics in Delhi. That's why he could not perform, even though he was chief minister almost for 4 years. And on the other end, there is Devendra Fadnavis, who was like from a minority caste in Maharashtra, but who had a full backing of Prime Minister Modi and Amit Shah, and that delivered. So
Also, how he handles some of the other issues. For example, even the Maratha, quota agitation, the way that was handled perhaps works for him.
No, actually, if you, like I said, the Marathas were sort of, at that point it almost looked like, oh, all the Maratha voters going to go in BJP's favor because they are all going to get reservations. And there were headlines like that carried even by the opposition within the alliance, the Shiv Sena, that is, by their mouthpiece. But if you really now today go back to any of these leaders, whether it is Raju Shetty or any of these other leaders, and you ask them what have they actually got through that announcements and the various commissions and the inquiries and stuff like that which are formed, nothing has come through. Where are the reservations? Have we really seen that translate into reservations for people?
Devendra is excellent in what you said, in perception management. He manages so well.
You called it in chemistry. They taught about controlled nuclear reaction, in which you start putting those graphite rods in so the extra atoms don't get released. And this is exactly what Devendra Fadnavis does. He's like those graphite rods. He doesn't allow too much of energy around a particular movement to become a problem, and even before that he goes and contains it, and it looks like, oh, that containment looks like engagement, by the way. It looks like, oh, he is engaging, but it's also containment.
Well, it's beginning to get slightly interesting.
Oh, yes. 99 and 66.
Yes. So we're reaching that part. Of course, it's 1 hour now into the counting. It will get clearer in, I think, another half hour, 45 minutes, which way it's headed.